keeping you up to date with the latest in science fiction on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. It's the news with Matt Miller.
Welcome. It's Friday, the 12th of March, 2021. Can you buy me a coffee, please? The Trekzone/support. Don't forget membership there as well for as little as $5 a month. You'll get behind-the-scenes access to the Trekzone anthology. Now, let's dive in. The History Channel is working on a series of documentaries about Star Trek. Set to coincide with the franchise's 55th anniversary in September this year, the Center Seat will focus on every aspect of Star Trek, featuring interviews with people who worked on the show from both in front of and behind the camera, as well as subject matter experts. The nacelle company CEO Brian Volt Weiss, the man behind That Awesome Toys That Made Us episode, focusing on Trek, is at the helm of this project, and he's kept no secrets about his passion and love for the Gene Roddenberry-created franchise. Additionally, Gates McFadden is on board as executive producer, as is Mark Altman, co-host of the Inglorious Treksperts podcast. Trek Movie has an exclusive chat with Nicholas Meyer where he's teased his pitch to Paramount about a new Trek movie. The writer and director behind the Even Star Trek films says that he pitched a full treatment to the mountain last year following his unsuccessful attempt to get a Khan in Exile series off the ground around the time of Discovery's inception. Meyer noted to Trek Movie that his idea could be spun off into a series or a bunch of films, perhaps even a series then a movie, or a movie then a series. The director also said that his idea is an independent piece of the Star Trek universe based on holes in the chronology, which would allow for original material. Now, this is hot on the heels of the announcement last Friday, just after our publishing deadline, of Kalinda Vasquez being tapped by Paramount to write a script for an idea she pitched. Vasquez joined Discovery as a consulting producer in Season 3 and wrote the teleplay for Terra Firma Part 2. She also penned the short track Ask Not. In addition, Vasquez named for TOS's By Any Other Name guest character, the Kelvin Kalinda, has written and produced Fear the Walking Dead, Once Upon a Time, Prison Break, and Nikita. This was the first piece of Trek movie news in many months. Kate Mulgrew has spoken with CBR as we gear up for Star Trek Prodigy. The Captain Janeway actress says she was initially bewildered by the idea of portraying the voice of Voyager's captain, but has since embraced the opportunity to bring a fresh series to young people, creating a family atmosphere, she says, of parents who watched Voyager sitting down with kids catching Prodigy. In an earlier interview this year, Mulgrew said the series is very sophisticated and she's loving the solitude and freedom of the recording booth. She also heaped praise on creators Dan and Kevin Hageman, who recently posted some Q&A with fans on their Twitter. They intimated that the decision to hold off on revealing Janeway was a deliberate move to give the bridge crew a chance to get known in this publicity still released last week. They said, "We will see Janeway when the time is right." The Australian Space Agency has announced the third stage in its Moon to Mars initiative to support NASA's Artemis program. The Trailblazer program will see the Aussie space industry directly supporting Artemis's missions to the Moon and Mars later this decade. It follows the supply chain and demonstrator programs launched last year, aiming to support projects, activities, and launch of space products and projects. This third stage will directly support Artemis with possible investment and application areas including autonomous systems, next-gen communications, components of lunar probes or vehicles, as well as scientific research. Well, what a week we've had on Trekzone. Keely and I wrapped up WandaVision with another Trekzone variety show. I played through the third last mission in Judgment Rights. Dr. Brad beamed in with details of our chance to win a free ride to the moon thanks to a Japanese billionaire. I announced the Trekzone Anthology, 13 short Star Trek fan films taking you on a ride of mystery, intrigue, and curiosity. And Dr. Adam Stevens beamed in to explain new research showing bigger galaxies stealing star-forming gas from smaller ones. Next week, we're diving into a meteorite tracked from Perth and found in the United Kingdom, and the genius behind Swear Trek will be here to talk about putting captions on some great moments of Star Trek. Plus 5 other podcasts, so get subscribed on YouTube, follow our podcasting stream wherever you catch podcasts, and follow us on Twitter. For Trekzone, I'm Matt Miller.